I feel like, depending on how Pyrum plays, it's going to be quite easy for Captain Falcon to kind of just grab Yoshi and just go to town, just drag him from one side of the stage to the other, and just finish that stuff. Especially a player like Gigglezz, who just goes off the wall.
Yeah, and we're already being mixed up once again because it is not Yoshi. It is Sephiroth we're seeing.
Okay, so forget everything I said.
Literally every... You know, you were spot on with what you said.
Yeah, of course.
Just sadly, it literally does not matter in the slightest.
I was doing my analysis for the wrong character. Let's talk about Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Also a big body, a tall body, so their ones will easily connect. And also, that will mean, because of Sephiroth's weight, we're going to see a lot of kind of nair ones into knee and stuff like that. It's going to kill it really early percents if Gigglezz can find the spacing, which should be quite easy.
I feel like it's going to be really interesting as well, because obviously Sephiroth has got so much range to him. Can absolutely, I mean, you're already seeing like there with the kind of like the forward air, the back air, just kind of poking away, just, you know, keeping this Captain Falcon at bay at all times. Literally, Sephiroth's game plan, pretty much no matter who he faces, is just get away from me. I don't want you even like within like a mile of where I am.
That F tilt is just like the keep this distance out.
Yeah, I want this much space between us, and even then, that's bare minimum. So it's going to be making it very difficult, obviously, you know, for Gigglezz to kind of come back in. But, you know, still surviving. I know, obviously, got control of the stage right now to see what Pyrum does. Obviously, just a normal sort of get-up attack there. Going to catch Gigglezz, bash him away a little bit. But Gigglezz certainly, again, is just showing like this, you know, ultimate spacing there. Went for the jab, and I do like the idea of going for the up B, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. And Pyrum was just able to immediately retaliate with that up air.
That was, like I said, I like the idea. Would have killed through all that rage any day of the week.
Yeah.
However, if it's not a true combo, you kind of are taking that risk.
Yes, exactly. Oh, and he's done it again. Oh, I mean, it's a fast option, and because of what a lot of players do, and I think this is what Gigglezz is counting on, is they will avoid the jabs and immediately jump, because a lot of players do jump out of disadvantage. It's just like a natural habit to do so. Like, oh, I'm being hit, I need to jump, I need to get away. So what Gigglezz is trying to do is just immediately just catch him with the up B. But also, I forget that every time I try and analyze the point of Gigglezz, he's already working on the next Twitter clip.
That happens so often nowadays. Like, I feel like I never have time to do any sort of analysis, because by the time I try to analyze something, we've already moved on to the next stop.
Yeah, we have. I mean, he was nearly trying to get with the downer. And the thing is, we're still seeing the up Bs come out occasionally as well. Right, obviously going to go off stage and see what Gigglezz does here. Is it going to be a jab into an up B? It's going to be a down smash into an up B instead.
It's so funny because Gigglezz is like, oh, I played my card. You've seen it. I played it again. It didn't work. You know what? I'm going to keep playing it and you will get hit by it.
It's another one.
Like, it takes, I mean, any idiot would catch on to the up Bs at this point. I know Pyrum definitely has. But Gigglezz is just like, whatever. I'm just going to make sure it hits. I don't care if you catch on. I'm going to make sure it hits.
It's doing another one. Stop doing up B.
There we go.
Oh, my God. The neutral air is finally going to take that stock away. And Gigglezz goes up a stock, but obviously 134%. And climbing, obviously, got to be very, very careful here. Obviously, and you can see that Pyrum is just like, no way am I going anywhere near that. I'm just going to chuck out my projectile. And even there, obviously, Gigglezz doing a good job of initially avoiding the burst there, but going to get hit by the forward tilt.
Rapid jab, one stock each. You know what? I'll be totally honest. I was fully expecting a much more explosive set on Gigglez's side. I was really expecting Gigglezz to kind of blow up this character from Sephiroth. Light, tall body, easy to hit, Octo Slash, no chance in hell is it killing. Try to kind of read the horizontal recovery with that F smash, where they're both kind of sitting on a very even percent. It's like, is Sephiroth going to take advantage of these up Bs, or is Gigglezz going to land an up B? What's going to happen?
There's just been so many up Bs. I do love that air dodge though from Gigglezz though, that gave him control. But Pyrum is just going to keep up that huge range. I love the spacing there, not even sort of going close to the edge of the stage, and instead just, going to keep himself very sort of central and then just far huge moves like the forward tail and the back air, which took the stock in the end. So,
there we go.
Did anyone do an up B count? That's what I'm curious about.
We should do that for next game.
I'm curious, yeah. Someone in chat, keep tabs, and we'll check that out later. Because, that was a whole lot. And the thing is, it is quite clever. It's what I'm saying. I mean, like, because a lot of players just, it is a natural habit for so many Smash players to just jump out of disadvantage. And Up B absolutely catches that. And Up B can absolutely kill a high percent as well. It's pretty clever. But, okay.
Oh, never mind. One.
Sorry, my fault. I forgot that Sephiroth doesn't have a, it has an amazing Up B or anything like that.
I like that down tilt just went right through that side B. I liked it. Here we go. This is like this is a lot of what I was expecting from Gigglezz. Just going ham on Sephiroth.
I feel like Gigglezz plays Captain Falcon the way that, sort of like in a very similar style to what like the F-Zero games are, where they're just very fast and very destructive, very violent. And that's kind of the definition of Gigglezz gameplay, really, where it's just charge in and think about the consequences later.
There we go, 2 up Bs in that stock. And you know what? I love that description for Gigglezz' playstyle, violent.
It's very violent. It's aggressive.
Oh, for sure. I feel like it's just more than aggressive, which is why I feel like violent just really fits.
There we go.
Nothing off of that grab, kind of not really punishing the missed counter at me. Here we go. Nothing. Don't know why I said here we go. Considering that was like 110% that throw.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting game that Pyrum has got to play now because, especially on like a stage like Town and City, which is, a little bit kind of smaller to it. It's obviously, it's a larger stage, but I feel like it's got a lot more room for Gigglezz to kind of just like move about in. And especially when we went to like the FD segment, I mean, it's just like Gigglezz literally could just charge from left to right, and it just made it difficult for Pyrum to actually throw out like any of the moves. He doesn't really have like the space to kind of like space out those like back airs and forward airs and everything that like he was doing in game 1.
Yeah, for sure. Go to. I was just about to say 2 stocks apiece, but Gigglezz is still on his 3rd stock, and this is kind of the Gigglezz I was expecting to see. Pyrum, like, it seems after game 1, Gigglezz kind of figured out maybe I should use up B less, because despite us deciding to start that countdown, that up B counter, we've seen a lot less of it from Gigglezz.
Yeah, and I don't think I ever thought I'd say this about a Gigglezz set. But genuinely, like in game 1, I feel like he was playing a little bit too defensively. Because it's sort of Pyrum, like, so Sephiroth is a character, yes, that has a huge amount of spacing to him, with huge moves that reach a very long distance. But he's not a fast character and can definitely be overwhelmed. And I feel like Gigglezz has kind of worked that out and is.
That was an interesting kill.
Oh, wait, so can we get some DI, please?
Yeah, can we please?
A drop of DI. Okay, well, Gigglezz.
DI check, please.
1 on the board there. And again, like to be honest, like the point still stands. I feel like genuinely Sephiroth's moves, yes, they've got spacing to it, but they are slow. They don't come out quickly. And I feel like Gigglezz can just charge in, overwhelm, and kind of keep up that that sort of game plan, and it will work out pretty nicely.
Oh, for sure. And this is kind of the change that Gigglezz needed. This is a new game plan Gigglezz had to go in with. And that netted him a 2-stock finish in that game. So if he can see him keep it up, it seems like he's going to start that way, then this set is as sure as this. But can Pyrum make these adaptations? It's like you were saying, Sephiroth likes that space, but I feel like when you're Captain Falcon, you manage to force yourself into that space. You're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, exactly. It's a dangerous game for Gigglezz to play now. But you know what? Actually, it was a really dangerous game for Pyrum to play as that down air stomps Pyrum all the way down into the abyss below. And Gigglezz obviously going up, going to go high for that recovery. You can see Pyrum is just desperately trying to dive off stage. Find that like forward air, just find a kill, something like that. But Gigglezz is just going crazy on the sticks right now.
Yeah, it seems like Pyrum is like trying to read all this movement, kind of like the direction that Gigglezz is going in. But every single time, Jesus! This is what I was saying, that is what I was expecting! It seems every single time, Gigglezz is just picking right and just going in a direction that Pyrum was not expecting.
It's complete domination. It's just Pyrum being overwhelmed time and time again, and oh my goodness, okay, that's not going to be it. But again, like, at this point, I feel like Gigglezz should just really unbind his shield from his control scheme. Because
it's not doing him a lot of good.
He just doesn't really need it, to be honest. Like, in this sort of matchup and the way that Gigglezz plays, just charge in, attack, and think about whatever the action and the consequences are later.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like press buttons and just go. Is the answer.
Here and take a little bit of a opportunity there. Yeah, the up smash not going to do it. The obviously still playing on the back foot as well. Yet to find Gigglezz' second stock, but it's the back air into a Sephiroth, and he is not a heavy boy at all. He's fairly light actually, and just going to fall to that fist to the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Very brutal death. Just immediately just getting clapped by a fist.
Yeah.
Well, Gigglezz suddenly 2-1 up and still looking as strong as ever. We are sticking with the Sephiroth though, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we said Pyrum had a Yoshi, right? Which is interesting.
Well, that's what the graphics say.
Probably just really doesn't enjoy the matchup, I suppose.
Yeah. I suppose it's a case of what does Yoshi really offer that Sephiroth doesn't here? Yeah. Because Yoshi, got a lot of strong tools. Like the neutral air is nice to have. It's a very quick get off me tool. So you just press it. You obviously like the double jump armor and stuff like that. But it doesn't really help in the grand scheme of things when you're trying to get someone away from you. And I feel like the Sephiroth is kind of still, the thing that can do that. It's still got the space to get this character away. It's just that right now, Gigglezz is just charging and never giving Pyrum the time to throw out anything.
Yeah, exactly. But Gigglezz really choking Pyrum like you were saying. Pyrum. However, Pyrum doing a little bit of a better job kind of keeping Gigglezz out. But I say that, Pyrum loses that first stock.
Yeah.
100% deficit. Seems like not much is changing. Kind of delayed things a little bit longer, managed to last a little bit longer than that first stock compared to the last 2 games. But it's not doing a whole lot right now. Gigglezz still all over Pyrum.
And I did like what I initially saw from Pyrum, where he was sort of going for like retreating back airs, a little bit like there, sort of just jumping back, throwing out the back air as like Gigglezz is charging in. If it doesn't hit, then maybe just go for like a forward tilt or something, which will probably catch Gigglezz as he'll still be kind of running in. He could duck under the back air, but then he'll get struck by the forward air, which is absolutely massive. So he needs to kind of see a bit more like that, but needs to also make sure that he's not just kind of pressing buttons randomly. Like we saw like a few instances where just like a random up smash came out, and it's those sort of moments that if it gets shielded, Gigglezz will absolutely make you feel bad for throwing out that move.
Exactly. It's like you said. Throw out a move that's unsafe, Gigglezz is always ready with some devastating punish. Something with a nair one. He'll always start with a nair one. However, I love that Gigglezz is just never afraid of like Falcon kick rip. It's happened straight since game 1. Gigglezz just do it.
And he's literally just sending Pyrum from the right to the left all the way back again. We're going very, very low here, but of course Gigglezz still able to make it back. The forward tilt does get him away from the stage, and Pyrum is able to come back. And actually suddenly, we're getting sort of percentages here where actually Gigglezz has got to be careful, especially with the skewer there of that forward air, gonna take away Gigglezz' stock, which Gigglezz immediately retaliates with that beat. Yeah, because of course he does.
One wing was doing an amazing job of kind of letting Pyrum's mobility keep up with Gigglezz, and that extra jump, that air mobility was letting him just move around and make it really tricky to hit. However, one wing is gone right now and won't be out for a while because Sephiroth is currently in the lead on even stocks. Smart.
Yeah, I really, really love just these retreating aerials from Pyrum. They're doing so much work, and it's finally kind of stopping Gigglezz from just nonchalantly overwhelming. But of course, as soon as Gigglezz gets in, it's bad news, and this has been so much damage from literally the smallest of touches there.
Oh, there we go.
The one wing comes out, and then this is where it gets a little bit more scary for Gigglezz. Dash attack as well, just to kind of catch him with that burst damage. Now,
and that's it.
That is it.
Game 5, Smart.
My goodness, what a complete reversal from Pyrum there. I think a lot of people were thinking, Gigglezz has got this guy's number. That's just going to be it. Like, what can Pyrum do here? That's what you have to keep. That is what.
Exactly.
Hey.
What really seemed like it was in Gigglez's hands, especially with those last 2 games, just all over Pyrum.
Yeah.
Just turns to a split second last second adaptation, Smart. And now we're moving into game 5.
Yeah, here we go. This is another game 5 for us as well, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And this is certainly not a set I thought we'd see it for. I thought Gigglezz certainly looked like he was feeling just very comfortable. But, you know, obviously there's only so much, you know, charging you could do before you finally get smacked back. And obviously now it's come down to, can, obviously, Pyrum, you know, keep up that sort of those retreating aerials, keep this Captain Falcon away, or is Gigglezz gonna do what Gigglezz does best and just completely dominate the stage?
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna find out what happens. It seems like that one wing really was the saving grace for Pyrum in a lot of situations. Really figured out how to kind of make, in that game 4, figured out how to make the most of that mobility to really maneuver around Gigglez's pressure. It was like you were saying, Gigglezz was just smothering him for a lot of those games. Oh, not quite going to kill. I really thought it did. But he said smothering him for a lot of these games, especially game 2 and 3. However, with the one wing, you're able to kind of keep Gigglezz at bay and kind of prevent Gigglezz from like being all over you. However, one wing not going to help too much in that stock. Gigglezz sitting with a very healthy 67% right now.
But it's kind of, it's what you were saying though, what we have touched on though. In all of that first stock, in all of that kind of like that 30-second sequence, it was just Gigglezz throwing Pyrum from the right to the left, onto the platforms, onto the stage, you know, getting the knee, getting the up airs, getting so much damage on from the smallest of little touches. And then, I mean, even now, I mean, literally, just any single time that Pyrum is trying to do anything, Gigglezz is there just to immediately retaliate and just completely overwhelm. Like there, the knee missed. What does Gigglezz do? Still get it up there. Still goes for the down B. This has been a huge amount of damage.
It's like, yeah, the near misses, or the fair misses, but you're still in advantage. You've still got the character on the ropes.
Okay, there we go.
120%, one wing with Rage. We're going to see Norway are getting loud for their boy. But is it going to be enough? Gigglezz, like, once again, just sending Pyrum from the right to the left, back and forth, like a game of ping pong.
Yeah, and Pyrum really just has to stop all this movement. You know what, 2 dash attacks might certainly do it. A beautiful counter there on the down B, going to be a lot of damage.
Oh, what?
You know, okay.
You didn't need a combo into anything. That stop just killed by itself. It wasn't even off
stopped
stage.
Him so hard he just went upwards, I guess.
Yeah, that's what happens when you hit a light character like 190.
Jesus, yeah, Pyrum going down to last stock there, but it's still obviously not out. If you can find this stock, you know, as quickly as possible, it will be huge. But you know, Gigglezz is certainly hunting for it. We're going off stage. Just the empty hop there. Look, you know, he was like somebody down there. The up B comes out again. Gigglezz is still in the kitchen cooking right now. But it's going to be a big meaty up smash, but it's not going to be enough to take the stock. Pyrum is diving off stage, hunting for these kills.
Here we go, one wing is out smash. Should be good for Pyrum to take this stock, and hopefully it'll last into the next one. Here we go, this is Pyrum's chance to take this game 5 and make that comeback from the cusp of defeat last game.
Yeah, I mean, we literally saw it in game 4. We could certainly do it again. The up B is going to connect us a little bit of damage. Pyrum's going to take everything he gets. Oh my god, and this is a lot of damage right now.
This is dangerous.
The up B does catch as well. And oh my god! Oh no! And then literally a off-stage situation there. Both players collided into each other, but just Pyrum went down first. Literally just slammed into the stage and just collided down to the abyss. And the silly thing is that literally Gigglezz was dead as well. That was absolutely it. If Pyrum had just survived.
Just wasn't ready for the tech smart.
Oh my goodness, that's so unfortunate. That is possibly one of the most heartbreaker endings I've seen to a set in a very, very long time.
Yeah, what a monumental comeback in that last
My goodness, yeah. Literally, it looked like it. To be honest, I felt it. I felt like Pyrum was going to take it. And to be honest, kind of did.
Yeah.
It was just that clash at the end. Was just not the ending you want.
That's
yeah,
Smash.
That is Smash Ultimate. That's what happens. And unfortunately,